watching NDTV Profit on Power Lunch. We are speaking with the top management at HDIL. The company, the real estate major, has exited its multiplex business. It has sold its multiplex business, which is under the brand of Broadway, for 105 crore rupees to Carnival Films. To talk to us about this development, we are joined by Mr. Hari Prakash Pandey, Vice President Finance and Investor Relations at HDIL. Thank you so much, Mr. Pandey, for speaking to us on NDTV Profit. Is your debt reduction strategy on course as you had planned earlier this year?
Yes, it's on course actually. We have just hived off our entertainment division. We have sold it to Carnival Films for 105 crores, and the proceeds will be utilized for internal accruals and the debt reduction. So the target which we set at the start of the year for 600 to 800 crores of debt reduction, I think we are on track to achieve that number.
Right. Can you tell us how much did the multiplex business contribute to your top line?
The transaction got closed just a couple of days back. The overall we had 33 screens, and we have sold 100% of our stake in HDIL entertainment business, and overall we will get around close to 105 crores. As of now, it was not a big contributory to our profit and loss account. The business was in loss, even though on a EBITDA basis we were making a profit, but otherwise on a overall basis it was a loss.
All right. And what are the other assets or land parcels that you're looking to sell to reduce your debt?
As of now, I think our internal accruals will be handy enough to look at our debt reduction target. As a part of our strategy to exit from non-core businesses, we have sold our multiplex and leisure business. We are focusing on a couple of land parcels outside Bombay, wherein we have a joint venture interest. We look to even monetize those land parcels. But with the revival in kind of a demand, we see a strong internal accruals and a positive cash flow also to help us in kind of bringing down our debt reduction.
Can you tell us what was the improvement in your cash flows? Because in the January to March period, we've seen an improvement in sentiment and improvement in cash flows. Has that continued in this April to June period as well?
Yes, in fact, for last 3 consecutive quarters, we have a positive cash flow from operation. Especially in the first quarter, we have also seen renewed interest in demand in some of the locations in Bombay because of better connectivity and a lot of infrastructure projects being announced by the government. So overall, the demand has improved in last couple of months. We have seen volume coming back, and that's good for the overall sector. So we strongly feel that with 14 or 15 residential projects in Bombay and our focus on execution, we see a strong revival in some of the pockets in Bombay in real estate.
What about TDR sales? Do you think they will also pick up?
The TDR sale for the company is not part of the overall cash flow this year. Even in last year, we had less than 5% of our revenues coming from TDR sales. But with the pickup in the real estate demand, especially in the land transaction, the TDR market will pick up. As of now, a lot of our cash flows are not dependent on the TDR sales, so we continue to maintain our focus on residential segment within the Bombay and on the outskirts of Bombay.
No, but it was only 5% of your cash flows last year, but do you think that could improve and significantly boost your cash flows this year?
No, I don't think so, because we don't have a TDR stock in hand with us as of now, and neither we have any large slum rehabilitation project which is going to generate TDR. So our focus will be more on residential projects, both within the city and on the outskirts of the city. What can really, one segment which is really picking up is the sale of FSI. We have seen a renewed interest from developers in buying out the land. So that vertical can see a renewed interest, and we hope that in next 6 months we see FSI sale transaction picking up drastically in Bombay.
There were land parcels in Bombay also. I think it was a Kurla property. Are you looking to sell that?
So as of now, I will not comment on the Kurla land transaction sale. So once we are concluding the transactions or once we are there, so I would not like to speculate as of now on the Kurla land sale.
Right. There are going to be state elections later this year in Maharashtra. Is that going to, do you see any impact coming in on real estate in Mumbai region because of the elections? Because we have seen quite a lot of changes in the tax structure by the current government. Any expectations that are building up in the run-up to the state elections?
No, I don't think so. Lot of the policies will remain the same. So I don't think so. The state election do really matter much, and what we have seen on the central side, strong policies by the government, I think that will continue as of now. So I don't see much of an impact from the state elections in the state of Maharashtra on real estate.
Any specific SOPs for the real estate developers that you're looking for from the budget this year?
I think what we have been looking on from the budget is from a developer side, we have always reiterated that the infrastructure status should be given or industry status should be given to affordable housing segment and slum rehabilitation. That's very critical, and the government has set an agenda for urbanization, and they want to create 100 new cities and focus more on urban infrastructure. So if they classify slum rehabilitation, redevelopment business as infrastructure business, that will really help some of the urban cities in India. Second, if they can open up the sectors for external commercial borrowings, that will provide long-term capital at substantially lower interest rate as compared to the money which we raised from the banks. Also, if there is some clarity on the REITs, because that will give us a long-term capital. So these are the few measures from a developer side which we expect Finance Minister would probably keep an eye in the budget. On a consumer side, I think if they can increase the limit for home loan deduction from 1.5 lakhs to 3 lakhs rupees, that will kind of incentivize a lot of customers to start buying apartments in the tier 1 cities.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Pandey, for speaking to us on NDTV Profit and giving us more details about the sale of HTIL's non-core assets, notably the multiplex business. We slip into a break. We'll end the show, but all the updates continue on NDTV Profit. Keep it with the channel.